Whenever you're playing fucking chess, you got to account for what the next move could be. If you get a fake and there's chaos. Now, for instance, that fake happens. They run hurry up. The ref grabs K-ball, throws K-ball out, brings in regular ball. Right move, by the way, by the ref. Then they sit over it a little bit, almost to give like is everybody okay thing. Nobody subbed for Dallas, so there's no reason to sit over the ball at all. I think that potentially led to a little bit of San Fran going, what's going on? Okay, we got to figure it out. Everybody stay on the fucking field. Great coaching on all sides, I think. Execution didn't work out as well. Looked a little bit ugly, but you gain another first down, so who gives a fuck? Back to your point.
Correct. Agree. But they did get the delay game there.
Yep.
They had numerous offsides, false starts. They had some.
How many penalties? 7?
14.
Oh, what was
tied for the
It might have been
postseason
7
record.
pre-snap at one point or something like that.
Yeah.
But then they had like the blatant holding on the defensive lineman, the unfortunate hands to face. That stuff happens. But it was like all game long. And they obviously, the Niners were trying to give them the game. They dominated the first. Like the Niners were dominating the game, and then they made some mistakes on their own.
Yeah, it's just interesting how, those moments, what do they say? It doesn't show up till it shows up. It doesn't get you until it gets you. It's one of those moments where they've been fucking up time management all season.
Yes.
All season they've been fucking up situations, whether they're calling timeouts when they shouldn't, running out of bounds when they shouldn't, staying, whatever the case. There's been situations throughout the season that if you look back like Blue's Clues, there would be a litany of things that would say, how would they fuck up the last play with the clock? It's like, well, just go back and look. It's been there. That has to be addressed. But also, Dak slides 5 yards shorter, probably fine, right?
Yeah, probably get the playoff.
Well, Mike McCarthy said afterwards, he said, would you rather have a Hail Mary or 5 goes from 25?
Huh?
So,
think about it.
I guess that's right. The closer you are, your stats, hashtag stats.
Well, that's like the would you rather have 3 or 7? I'd rather have the Hail Mary than no play at all.
Well, yeah, and then we can dive into it even further. And Dan Orlovsky said that there's a 9-1-1 play that they should have called in whenever they realized there wasn't going to be enough time to snap it and to spike it. I don't think they even got the snap off in time. There would have been massive penalties because there was people lined up off sides. If they were to review that, let's say they did call it 9-1-1 is how Dan called it. I've never been in those meetings for like the oh shit moments on offense. So I don't know what the 9-1-1 call or whatever. He said it's pretty basic in every room, which I would assume is accurate, that you would have something. I think even if they have success, if they snap that thing after the ref sets it twice and swim moves Dak and is the farthest away ref, the ref that is the farthest away, and I understand they all have their own jobs and positions and there's an entire process that has to happen with them. But that ref runs in from the farthest away.
Yeah.
The head ref's closer, the side ref's closer, this ref down here is closer, but there is a process, ump or whatever has to set the ball, do the whole thing. But why is he so far over there? Who knows? He's got to ref and do his job as well before worrying about them calling a play that makes little to no sense. I assume while Dak is running, this ref is like, come on, Dak, what the fuck? Slow down. Dak, if you're going to go down, you better go down. And then as soon as he goes down, oh shit. Move Dak. Let me jump through an offensive line here. Then I got to look at where the ball is supposed to be spotted. And if you watch this thing back, those two refs on the side have no fucking idea where the ball's supposed to be spotted. So wherever the ball gets spotted, they just kind of slide to, okay, that's good for us. We'll go there. I don't even think they get that off. Now, if that play goes and it works and he throws a touchdown to somebody somehow, that would go to review. They had 4 or 5 people off sides because a lot of people were lined up on the first one. Just a massive clusterfuck that makes you ask, how is that how your season ends? And Jerry Jones, who is, not scared of a soundbite, will probably be talking about this for the next 3 months.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's just a microcosm of what they've kind of done all season when they haven't been successful. Like we've been saying time and time again, like, hey, eventually this is going to bite him in the ass. Like, and you look back, like McCarthy has a history of doing when he was with the Packers, and just every once in a while, Rodgers or whoever he had would be able to kind of mask those time management issues. And Dak didn't play great yesterday either, but I mean, eventually that was going to bite him in the ass, and unfortunately is in the most important time of the season.
Let's get to it. Let's talk about the Cowboys. They've had time management issues all season. Even when Big Mike wasn't there and somebody else was coaching, there was time management issues. If we were to look back on the season in Blues Clues this thing, there would be little droppings all season of, hey, this team might be fucked when it comes to situational awareness. And then the way the season ends is in the most embarrassing, catastrophic way that could possibly happen. Seems like you're getting back in. Now, the Niners were dominant, okay? The Niners were dominant, and then all of a sudden Dallas found a spark. It might have been an overthrow, it might have been a pick, whatever the case was. They had their spark. They were getting back in there. The play call, obviously in question. I mean, what are we doing? If Dak goes down 5 yards earlier, maybe that saves them enough time to kind of get a spike in there. But time management hasn't been their thing all year, D-Butt, and those types of things show up when they show up. You never know about it until it shows up. And here we are in the biggest way talking about this all offseason for sure.
Yeah, that was, I hated the play call, and, people have been talking about it, ad nauseum. The 14-second mark, I don't think that's enough time. Everything has to go. Even if he goes down 4 or 5 yards earlier, everything just has to go right. You got to depend on the ump to be in place. You get on the ball, he has to place the ball. It's just too many variables in that situation. Obviously, the Niners are playing the picket fence and guarding the sideline, but you can't do that. And even before that, and I heard you talking earlier about how you were in Chuck's ear about wanting to run a fake punt and stand on the field against the defense and run another play. I'm glad Chuck fucking ignored you.
We never did it.
That's what you're supposed to do as a head coach.
We never did it,
No, we're not doing that dumb shit. We got a defense on the field. We're not concerned about the punt team running a play against our defensive unit. So that was terrible. Obviously, the 14 penalties, a lot of them pre-snap dead ball penalties. One of them, I don't know what happened with Gregory just body slamming the offensive guard pulling.
Do you think he had the ball? Do you think Gregory thought that the lineman had the ball? He was coming off a block. He was coming off a block. Maybe he didn't see it, and he was like, all right, I'm going to take this dude down.
He had to, but it was hilarious to see. Because I saw the call at the point in the game. I'm like, oh, come on, man. It's got to be a terrible call to call holding on defensive player. And then you show the replay. Yeah, it was actually the right call. The refs got one right. But that's bad, man. I know a lot of people calling for Mike McCarthy's head, and I'm not usually that guy. But this was a big letdown. This was kind of a Super Bowl of bust year. You look at that roster. So I think Mike, man, I might be with Dahn on this one today. Mike might have to get out of there, man.
And Jerry Jones didn't talk about it or address it, and we all assumed that he would not fire Mike McCarthy.
I thought Jerry came out and said that's not an option.
I did not. Did he say it's not an option? I thought he said he'll address it later. I didn't hear.
I read something where I thought he said we're not even talking about that.
Steven might have said something along those lines.
Yeah, maybe. It didn't feel like he's going to fire Mike McCarthy, but boy, it got loud for Mike to get run out of town. But this is, classic Cowboys. And I hate to say this, and Cowboys fans hate saying this, the hype felt real this year. They had a lot of money invested. Dak's playing lights out. Kellen Moore is this new boy wonder who's getting head coaching opportunities now. Dan Quinn's career has been revitalized. Micah Parsons, this guy might be a game changer forever. We might have found the new. And then here we are, another early exit, not even making it past wild card weekend. It's like, at what point do you think the Cowboys go on a run? And do you think it's even possible? Do you think that place is potentially cursed, Darius Butler?
No, it's definitely possible, man. I don't know what they need to change, but you have the players. That's the hard part, is getting the players. You got your quarterback locked up, who I think Dak is a top 10 quarterback in the league. That offense, they fooled a lot of people. They put up a lot of points against some bad teams late in the year. And the defense has been feast or famine all year. They'll make you pay when you put that ball in the air. You get behind the sticks. These pass rushers get after you. But just playing disciplined football down in, down out, they weren't really doing that. And they got exposed yesterday. 49ers tried. They tried their damnedest to give them a chance at the end. It shouldn't even been in Dak's hands if, Jimmy just waits for Trent to get set and run the sneak. But, it's ugly for Dallas right now. And at some point, they're going to be talked about. They're still going to get all the primetime games. Jerry's still going to do his thing. But at some point, you got to start winning some playoff games.
Hey, top 10 quarterback win you a Super Bowl?
Yeah. Absolutely, especially if you got I think I mean, overall, all things considered, I think Dan Quinn and his defensive unit played good enough this year to, still be playing. I got to put a lot of this on the offense. I got put a lot of it on Mike McCarthy, a lot of it on Kellen Moore, and then a lot on Dak. So I think that's where that shit it flows downhill. So it is what it is.
Hey, the finality of it all is so quick, too, because that defense, with the way they're playing, they probably assumed, hey, we're going to go on a little bit of a run here. We just got to be able to stop the run. We'll be okay. Jimmy's going to give us one. There's going to be a couple overthrows. We're going to be able to get back in this game, and all of a sudden, it's over. The Cowboys that were supposed to be are once again never was, and now we have a whole offseason of Jerry Jones articulating the fact that we will not rest without getting a winner here in Dallas.